Honestly, I'm not going to say too much, but I'm going to be honest. Like, no disrespect, no diss to none of those guys, Shea or Brunson. Neither one of them had a better month than I had.
So, as of late, Jaylen Brown hasn't just been playing basketball. He's been on a mission to prove something. And after this December run, he should be on everyone's radar. Not only did he put up amazing numbers, as he just came out and said he believed he should have won Player of the Month during this time, and then he also stated that he believes he's the best two-way player in the league while backing up these claims by dropping 50 points while matching up with Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, all of this tells us something, and it's exactly what I said when starting this video, and that's that Jaylen Brown is on a mission. When you watch film, you realize this wasn't about a lucky streak, defense is not trying, or always mismatch hunting. It was more about pressure, constant pressure. Whether it was him attacking closeouts, dismantling switches, or just all-out cooking anyone who stood in front of him. Over a 10-game stretch in December, Jaylen Brown averaged 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, while shooting nearly 54% from the field and over 42% from 3. Those numbers right there are elite on their own, but the way they were produced tells you something deeper about the level he reached during this stretch. Like seriously, right from the jump, it was clear that Brown wasn't trying to fill out defenses or let them dictate the pace. He was probing, attacking different angles, and making them pay for any breakdowns they had, even if they happened to be small. With that hot shooting that Brown had, he would be a great option to get the ball to, whether it was on a kickout or a swing so he could knock down that tray ball, and this here played right into his attacking. When the ball would reach his hands, Brown could attack this angle right here, but most likely it would lead to the corner defender helping over, and even if he was to avoid the double, LaRavia would have good coverage on him. So by attacking left instead, he makes LaRavia have to turn his hips completely, forcing him to be in recovery mode, which allows Brown to slip right inside to grab 2 points. Other times, you'll see Kata call for the ball to be swung around the perimeter because he's setting a back screen here on Brown's man coming up the floor. This here makes it to where the big has to close out hard on Brown when he catches in the corner, but now with the big out the paint and Jaylen having that speed advantage, he can get to the rim with ease and then use the rim for protection on the reverse. Plays like this are simple, but important, because although JB is wide open here and could shoot that 3, he has a whole entire left side clear to attack with only one defender between himself and the rim. So the much smarter option is to sell the shot into an attack, and now he has the easy slam. Pretty much anytime the defense will put themselves in a bad position when trying to contain him from out far, it would actually work in Brown's favor instead. Because not only does it lead to easier points in close, but it also gets him in his groove, and trust me, we all love when Brown can shift his defender with that abrupt cross, and then get to the rim to detonate. I know Brown isn't someone we immediately think about when it comes to breaking down defenders with the handle, but when you slow things down, you realize it's not always about the most flashy moves, as it's more about setting up advantages for yourself. Take this play for an example. Brown comes up the floor and he immediately shifts his man with that crossover so he can attack with little resistance. But here comes the help man to cut him off. At this point, Brown could kick it out to Pritchard, but with his focus on scoring, he uses that high carry over the defense to avoid the sticky situation, and upon getting to the rim, he goes right into the contact to score the bucket. Attacks like this show you that it's all about being able to shift things heavily in your favor, such as on this action off the screen, Brown snakes around it to sell an attack towards the middle, and this here makes the big start to guard him that way. Now me and you can both see that an attack towards the middle wouldn't be so smart due to all the bodies over there, so what's really happening is a setup. Brown is only doing this so he can make Poto get off balance before he crosses back over to go score this with the left hand. All these small movements lead to huge results when Brown's pursuing the rim, as he'll use a hezzy to make a defender freeze briefly and then push to the basket to then decel to draw the foul for the and one.
Splits defenders, he hangs and hits, +1.
And then he'll have these times where he slows down the pace while navigating around the screen to then bounce out to the other side of the paint to connect on that contact layup. Each and every attack from Brown is well thought out and calculated, and this is why you don't really see him always using speed to just beat defenders. In the NBA, you have to have many different ways that can help you beat defenses to the rim, so if one way stops working, you have something else in your bag. For Brown, we see that he's solid at seeing the correct angles to exploit within the defense, but even when there isn't a wide open angle, JB will make one by muscling off his defender, which now opens up this gap, and then with his strength, he can just power right through to score at the front of the rim. See what I mean? No matter what the defense would do, they simply couldn't stop it. And due to this threat of scoring inside and the pace that Brown plays at, he'll serve defenders moves to get them out of position, and right when they assume the drive is coming next, here's where he shows them that they have another weapon they have to guard. Now hold on one second. I need y'all all to listen to me. Now the reason I'm saying that is because I finally found what they didn't want us to see, and it's called Polymarket. Let me get on my phone so we can go through it together. This is Polymarket. It's legal in all 50 states, and instead of betting against the house, you're trading a live market. The 76ers are at 76% to beat the Pacers. Now right now, I believe in Philly, and I think they're gonna win this game over them. So I took the trade, and now we just wait. If I wanted to cash out right now, I could. I'm talking about instantly. No lockout, none of those cash out unavailable prompts. And if at any point I feel like this trade isn't going my way, I don't have to sit there and pray into the final buzzer. I can go ahead and just cash out immediately and cut my losses. I believe in the Sixers, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it ride. And guess what? They ended up winning, so it's time for me to go ahead and cash out. Now compare all of that to the other sports books. They make you place and lock in a bet, but over here, we just got trades that we can go in and out of. $10 free is waiting on you. Just go ahead and download the app and use my code. And the fees, man, the sports books take about $9 on every $100 win. But Polymarket, they charge 1 cent. Now look, $10 free is waiting on you. Just go ahead and download the app and use my code. You don't need a card, no deposit, it's real easy. Once again, you can unlock that $10 through my link below. Stop letting these sports books steal your money and come over here and join the revolution. What stands out during this stretch isn't just the variety of shots, it's the control. Jaylen isn't taking difficult pull-ups because he has to. He's taking them because he wants to. On multiple possessions, he attacks the lane just enough to attract a soft double, waits for that switch defender to fully commit, and then rises up to drain the bucket. You can see that there was no panic, no rush, just a clean control shot over the contest. That type of control shows up even more clear in the pick and roll situation. On this play, Jaylen will reject the screen this time to then snake in front of his defender, which keeps them trailing behind him. And right now, he's not just creating space for himself, he's manipulating both defenders at once. For the big, they have to decide whether to step up or stay back, while the trailing defender has to fight to get back without fouling. And it's in that moment of indecision and scrambling that Jaylen finds a spot at the elbow, rises up into a pull-up, and finishes through the contact for the and one. Shots like these aren't bailouts, they're rehearsed outcomes, because with Brown playing at an elite level, all it takes is for him to get to a desired spot on the floor, and honestly, you better just hope he misses. Listen to me, it all goes back to the point we started the video with, and that's that he's on a different type of mission. And the reason I say different is because he's not just proving that he's an elite player in the league, he's showing everyone that he can carry his team while producing at a high level on a nightly basis. When he's operating on the floor, he can get to his spots when he sets his mind to it, whether it comes from him staying patient to then fade away over the contest, or if he used that combo handle to bait defenders before dropping it in. Yeah, his game isn't limited whatsoever, and it stretches to behind the arc as well. You'll notice a lot of bigs play drop coverage because of his ability to get downhill or be a threat in that mid-range, but that's when he pulls up for straight cash. Long gone are those days where Jaylen would hesitate before letting it fly. He now pulls up confidently knowing that the space is his. On other possessions, defenders will step under screens daring him to shoot, and he does so without thinking twice. At this point, defenses are trapped. Step up too high and Jaylen blows by you. If you sit back, he'll pull up and bury it right over you. And if you allow him to get in his groove without pressuring him tight, he'll give you a show.
With Jaylen Brown. Between the wickets, step back, Craig got it. Not for lack of defense or attentiveness.
Trust and believe, this isn't the same player by any means. Brown has shifted his focus from being 1A, 1B with Tatum to now the bona fide #1 option, and he's not disappointing. I know some people might see it as a complaint that he didn't win Player of the Month, but I would have to disagree. He didn't lobby, he didn't ask for recognition, he responded the only way that matters in this league and that is respected, and that's with his play. He applied pressure, used patience, and was very intentional with the way he got to his spots on the floor. And when you step back and look at the full stretch, it becomes clear that this wasn't a hot run or a temporary spike. This was a player full aware of his level, fully aware of the conversations around him and his team, and fully prepared to show everyone he's built for this. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Jaylen Brown and the Celtics below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.